Thank you, Yogi. I am Wilun. Today, I would like to highlight the difference of cover letter. I would like to let you all see the example of cover letter. After that, I would like to mention the difference from these two examples. Due to too many information, so we decided to cut the extract from the following letters. This is the first example. In this example, John did not have any working experience, but he has went through a 6 months internship when he studied in the university. Therefore, he just has to mention his skill, professional degree, and talent. Meanwhile, the second example, since John Lee has been working before, he has to mention his working experiences and professional degree. Okay, so guys, remember to use the first example when you are preparing the cover letter. Now, I would like to pass to Meng Ying to explain what we can do in resume. Thank you.
Thank you, Elon. I'm Meng Ying. I would like to begin my talk by what you should do in your resume. First, to make your resume easy to see and easy to read. Remember, it's a summary, not an autobiography. You can use short and clear sentences to avoid overwriting. How to make it easy to see and easy to read? You can use capital letter or bold, and the font should be consistent to make it look neat. For example, once you use Times New Roman, the whole resume should be in Times New Roman. Bold and capital letter as subheadings will guide the employer because not all of the employer have the time to read through. Second, do check truly for grammar and spelling mistakes. You can ask your friends and family members to check for unnoticed mistakes. This is in addition to running spell check to avoid error. Your resume should be in proper English. No short forms such as you and must, those common mistakes. It is nearly impossible to read your own work with the same eyes as someone who is not familiar with it. If you can't find someone to proofread, the next best thing is read it out loud. Third, do make your resume unique. Unique means what makes your resume special or different compared to others. You can attach a list of technical skills, certificate awarded, or professional membership if it is related to the job that you're seeking. Do list the job information in order of importance to the reader. For example, you can arrange your certificate in great order. You should highlight your qualification and achievement so that it can attract the attention of the employer. Last, do state your contact information in your resume. It is good that you state your resume as much as possible to make the employer contacting you easily. That is including home and office phone numbers in your. This is better than you state your personal phone number and email address in your resume. This is important that you state because it will enable the employer to reach you during business hours. Now, I would like to pass to Yok Yan to explain what you should not do in your resume. Thank you.
Thank you for me. Hi everyone, I'm Yok Yan. I believe all of you already know what are the do's in writing resume. Now, I'm going to share with you all about the don'ts in writing resume. Firstly, don't recycle your resume. In other words, do not send exactly the same resume to every employer. we should customize our resume to showcase our best selling points. Next, don't describe duties. We should focus on our achievements because every candidate is expected to perform basic duties. Basically, when scanning resume, what employer look for are achievements. For example, how we have helped our employer to make or save money, save time, expand business, increase market share, and reduce complaints. The achievement you list also should support your career goal. Thirdly, don't list references directly on your resume. We should list specific references on a separate paper and submit it when it is requested by the employer. Next, don't be lengthy. A good resume is an organized resume. It should not be more than 2 pages. If possible, keep it in 1 page is even better. It's because there are hundreds of resumes to be reviewed by the HR professional and hiring managers. So, a short and impressive resume will be able to catch the eyes of the potential employer and allow us to get the job. Lastly, don't lie. We must always remember that our employer will do background check on our resume. So, if we lie, we will lose our credibility and we will be blacklisted forever. Thank you for attention. Now it's Joanne's turn to share with you on how to prepare a resume.
Thank you, Yuyan. I'm Zoyan. I would like to talk about the ways to prepare a resume. First of all, I would like to introduce the usage of a functional resume. A functional resume focuses attention on the candidate's skill than past employment histories. It is preferable for fresh graduates and people who do not have career history. Next, a functional resume directly emphasizes your specific professional capabilities and experience summaries. By using this format, you are able to group your skills and experience by groups, functions, and different areas. Next, a functional resume focuses to relevant skills that are specific to the type of position being sought. If you are applying for a manager position, good communication skills and leadership are the skills that are relevant and you should include in your resume. Here are the outlines for the resume. First, you should include name and address as your header, followed by the opening headline, objective, and occupational title. You should also summarize your qualifications. Please highlight your experience, work, or employment history at the last part of your resume. And please, don't forget to include your education and specific skills or trainings in your resume as well. Here is the example of a functional resume. First, you should include your name, address, phone number, and email as your header of your resume, followed by the objective. Objective is the reason that you are sending the resume. Next, you should summarize your qualifications. Qualifications are things that you can do, like leadership skills. Next, this is the most important part of your resume. You should include the skills that you know, like leadership skills with proof. For example, you are president for clubs or society before. Under the employment and education, under the employment history and the education headings, you should mention about your internship under the educational history if you do not have any working experience. Under education, you should mention where do you graduate, year, your degree, as well as your CGPA. If you are holding any certification like UPS certification, SCCS certification, or LCCI certification, you should include it under the education heading. Next, I will let Chen Sen to continue the presentation. He will talk about the ways to prepare a cover letter and a follow-up letter. Thank you.
Thank you, Zoe, for a nice presentation. Before I start my presentation, let me introduce myself. My name is Chen Sen. Today I'm going to present what should include in cover letter and follow-up letter. So what should include in your cover letter? You are not just sending you are not applying a job without preparing a cover letter. You must state your reason why are you sending a resume. You must state you must highlight the title in your cover letter to state that you want to apply the job. Second, you must mention specifically the way you learn about the organization or position. You must tell your potential employees where you are learned from the company. Maybe you can say, you say, I learned from the newspapers like the Star. I found the company in website of the company, magazines or other resources that you can learn about the company. Third, elements of your backgrounds. You must include your personal details, working experience, your educations in your cover letter as detailed as possible in your cover letter. Fourth, your cover letter should reflect your attitude. As Meng Ying and Yok Yen said, you cannot use improper language, such as you cannot use short form in your language. I take your as an example, Y-O-U-R. You cannot write in your cover letter you-are. You must write a full sentences. And you cannot lie in your cover letter because you cannot lie in your cover letter because it is inappropriate way. Fifth, you must provide or refer to any information specifically requested. For example, maybe your potential employees in the advertisement they will say, what is your expected salary do you want when you get the job? You must state it in cover letter, or if you doesn't want to state it in your cover letter, you must write the reasons in the cover letter why you doesn't want to state it and give the reason to your potential employees. Now, I will show you a sample of a cover letter. You must write your letter in a proper format, letter weight. Firstly, your address. To whom it may concern, you must find it who is the hirer manager or who is the person in charge in hire the position. The salutation does not matter, you must find it in school. You must highlight your title as I mentioned. This is your body of your cover letter, your introduction, your objective, your education background. You must also say that you have included your resume. Lastly, please remember to take your contact number and thank you to the employee and your signature after you prepare your cover letter. Now, I will show you what is a follow-up letter. A follow-up letter is while you are attending an interview. You will need to know what is the progress of the hiring process. So, an effective follow-up letter should contain this element. First, it should reflect your culture. It reminds the interviewer of your skill, knowledge, and abilities. With the number of candidates they are interviewing, it can be easy to get lost in the crowd. Second, interest. It demonstrates that you remain interested in working for the company and that you were impressed by the organizational. Maybe your potential employees will take attention when you are preparing your follow-up letter because it shows you that you are interested in the position in the company and the position that you are applying. Now, I will show you a sample of a follow-up letter. As I mentioned, you have to write according a proper formal letter format. Your address, you must find who is the human resources of the company from the organization chart. The person here who is it. This is your body of your follow-up letter. Your introduction. You have to explain again your experience and your education level. Now, don't forget to put your contact number and thank you for the person. And finally, your signature. Now, I will pass to Chun Ling to continue his presentation about the ethical and legal considerations. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Chun Sen. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chun Ling. Now I will brief you about the ethical and legal consideration. So, what is ethics? Ethics can be defined as moral values or principles. And so, we have to know the expectation of employers for ethics. So, most of the employers that expect their future employees to follow the same standard they have set for themselves and of course the company. And they will prefer the applicants who is polite and honest. And for the consideration, you have to choose your words carefully when describing your past experiences. And you can highlight your assets, but remember, without misleading your potential employers. So now, my group member would like to present you a sketch. Let's give them a big hand.